Hey, how's my signal feed now?
You sounding clear?
Okay, looks like it dropped down in the 60s.
Yeah, you're sitting at 69 right now. Now it's 75, 79, 75.
Let's see that. How does the box cast look from your end?
For you being at an angle, it looks really good.
Okay. Alrighty. Best we can do. Okay, they put 18 on the clock, so you can come to me in 10, so let's say 52.
Say that one more time.
I guess 52 would be about a good time to do intro.
Okay, so in about 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Perfect, thank you.
4 minutes. One minute till intro. Playing intro now. $20, 15, 3, 2.
Welcome one, welcome all. We are at The Rock in Clovis for our rivalry game against the Clovis Wildcats. and your Hobbs Lady Eagles. Clovis Wildcats come in 13-6 on the season, 0-1 in district play after dropping a 29-22 game in Carlsbad. It seemed like both teams slowed that one down significantly. Hobbs Lady Eagles come in 13-7, and they're coming off a 66-17 win versus Roswell High. Some significant changes in the roster, it looks like, today for Coach Carpenter's squad, because I'm only seeing 10 bodies out there, and he carries 15 on varsity, which means we have 5 bodies that are not suited out for various reasons. I have not had a chance to talk to him about it, but in this day and age, we can always speculate what causes kids to not be able to play a game. It just kind of happens with COVID being prevalent. I hope that's not what it is, and I hope everything's okay with those girls. But most notably, I do not see Anaya Joseph out there, and I don't think I see Jayla David either, which means 2 starting players right there are not suited out, and that would be a significant hit on the squad because they are both very big leaders and contribute a lot. And this is actually a game where having that height would have been a big advantage. Clovis only features players as tall as 5'8". They do not have any height on their squad, a very small squad. So we're going to have to counter with a small squad as well. We still have the 6-foot Kendall Cunningham. The freshman post will still have a height advantage, but not having Joseph and not having David on the floor would cut into that height advantage as well. This Clovis team at 13-6, did pick up wins against some of the same teams we did, but played a lot of smaller schools along the way. They lost to Cleveland in the opener before defeating Valencia Goddard, East Mountain, and Artesia. Artesia actually was a pretty close game, whereas we beat Artesia by nearly 40-plus points. They did lose to Santa Fe and then picked up wins against Grants before losing to Mayfield, and that was in the Rio Rancho High tournament. Beat Cibola, beat Alamogordo, picked up wins against small school Taos, Atrisco Heritage out of Albuquerque, and a win against Oregon Mountain. They beat Laguna Acoma, smaller school up in northwest New Mexico, and then lost to Bushland, Texas, which is a 3A school in Texas. So 5A lost to a Texas 3A. Picked up a win against Lovington, loss against Volcano Vista, a second win against Lovington, and then that one game against Carlsbad that we talked about, 29-22. It's going to be an interesting game. I mean, we look at this second district game. We come in 1-0 in district. They come in 0-1. And you want to keep it rolling. I mean, before the game, when you expected everybody to be suited out, you kind of looked at this as a game that, yeah, it's a rivalry game, but you had an advantage. But losing those 2 could make it a little more difficult, make these girls have to earn it. I think players like Brett Clay are going to have to step up, and you might see Nakia Mojica actually step into the starting lineup and contribute a little bit more offensively. And she's really been coming on as late. Nakia Mojica has been shooting threes at a pretty good rate lately and contributing offensively more and more every game I see her. She seems more comfortable. Bryn Hargrove might be an X factor tonight as well. And then maybe having to play a little bit deeper into the bench. Somebody like Carolina Saez might get a bit more playing time. And, of course, they're going to need the senior leadership of Erilyn Hall. I believe she is dressed out. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to figure it out and see who's missing, who's not. And we'll try to get all that together as the game progresses. As we get deeper into this schedule, you're looking at, first a rivalry game against Clovis. And then we're going to be at home. That's going to be next Friday. And that'll be a Carlsbad game. And Carlsbad's been one of those teams that's been up and down all season, much like Clovis, and you're just not sure what you're going to get from them. And they did knock off this Clovis squad, and in a game that I was kind of curious to see. I'm going to try to see if we can find video of that one. I mean, you see a 29-22 basketball game, and you see there's less than 50 points scored between both teams in the game. You kind of wonder what they did to cause that, That's something happened there for sure. But both teams are about to have introductions and the national anthem. So we're going to go ahead and take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with live action. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
You're clear.
3, please.
Three, two, one, go.
Welcome back. Both teams on the floor, and it looks like they paused introductions till now. They waited till actually the time the game was supposed to start introductions. So, unfortunately, we're probably going to have to throw it back as the national anthem's getting ready to bend. But we'll be back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
You're clear.
Yeah, 90, please. Or make it 2 just in case. Thank you.
No problem. $30. 15. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball here on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com. Eagles have been introduced and they're on the floor. They're wearing their Rudy Blacks and they have gold numerals with the black shorts and this nice little gold stripe along the side. And all the ladies, of course, wearing the same shoes as a unified team. And I did confirm with Coach Carpenter he is missing 4 players. I did not ask him why right before the game, but he did give me a nod, yes, that there's 4 out. And so starters for tonight for the Lady Eagles, Erilyn Hall, Brett Clay. Nakia Mojica will move into the starting spot for Joseph. And Brent Hargrove and Kendall Cunningham will be the starters for the Lady Eagles. Lady Cats are getting introduced. They're going to be in their home whites, and they have a gray underlining on the short, and looks like purple numerals, Lady Cats on the front, and that's outlined in black. And got a decent crowd here. They didn't even open up the top stands, though, on one side, so kind of limited to where people could sit. It's not as big as a crowd you think because it's not extended like we do in Hobbs, where you have the extra stands on both sides. But decent crowd for tonight's game. And Clovis did, of course, bring their band, their version of what we call our Taskovich is in there playing. So it's going to be a pretty good environment for basketball tonight. And, of course, it's a rivalry game. When you come to Clovis, you certainly want to do well, and that's for sure. You know, Clovis is introducing their players, and they're doing little dances as they come onto the floor, putting on quite a show before the game, and which is customary these days. Everybody likes the put on the show, put on the attention, and they're making sure that everybody gets announced here. And starters for Clovis tonight, Von Fuerte, Mia Slade, she's a senior, 5'7" post, and Zariah Lewis, a 5'7" sophomore guard. She did real well last year against us. Remember, she had 17 points in one of the games. Luis Chavez Garcia, senior, 5'5" guard, and then Allison Thomas, a 5'7" junior, will round out the starters. So tallest player on the floor will be 5'7". So Kendall Cunningham is going to have a 5-inch advantage in the post, and I'm pretty sure Clovis will probably come out with some sort of zone defronter and try to prevent that ball from getting into the post. Hobbs Lady Eagles on the floor, already ready to jump. We're awaiting the Clovis Lady Wildcats to get out there as well. 3-man crew working the game, and Wildcats setting up with a defensive front. They're kind of expecting Lady Eagles to win the tip. They've got 3 back on defense already. Ball's up, tips up, and it's going to be controlled by Mojica. Mojica across the timeline, right hands it over to Hall. Hall with the left hand gives it to Hargrove. They're running weave up top. Hargrove hands it to Mojica, top of the key. Mojica, left wing Hall. She's going to drive to the top of the key, kicks it over to Hargrove. Hargrove around a pick. She's going to drive. She's going to float. Right hands it up. No good. Clay was in there for the rebound. Couldn't come down with it as it ends up in the hands to Zariah Lewis. Lewis with the right hand comes across the timeline. Lewis scoops off the glass. No good. Clovis with the rebound. Quick kick it out to Fuerte. Fuerte spins. She's looking for space. Nothing there. Fuerte, top of the key. It goes to Garcia. Garcia right hands it over into Lewis. Lewis gets bumped by Hargrove. No foul. Lewis goes into Slade. Slade kicks it back out to Garcia. Spins it around in the corner. Resets the offense. Comes up top. Here's Fuerte. Fuerte right hands it in the corner into the hands of Thomas. Thomas back to Fuerte. Over to Garcia. Garcia spins. She's going to drive. Garcia kicks it out. Long 3. Fuerte. Right hands it up. No good. Over the back right there. Not called. Clay comes down with the rebound. She's off to the races. Clay goes to the Mojica, the right side. Jump shot from 18. Good! Nakia Mojica inserted into the starting lineup tonight and already busted open with a 2. Against the press, here comes Clovis. And Hargrove gets into Lewis right there, and that's going to be a foul on Hargrove. So again, the Lady Eagles playing without 4 players tonight for reasons unknown here. Caroline Saez into the game. Here comes Brent Hargrove to sit. Quick substitution there for Coach Carpenter as Hargrove picked up the foul. Working against the press. Cross to Fuerte. They come across the timeline. Thomas. Thomas is going to drive. Cunningham steps out, stops that. Top of the key, Lewis. They set up the offense. 2-3 zone here for the Lady Eagles extended. A la Syracuse. Jim Boheim kind of defense here. Top of the key, goes over to Garcia. Garcia with the left hand, tries to hand it to Lewis. It goes out of bounds off of Nakia Mojica, who interrupted the pass, and that'll be basketball to Wildcats on the far side. Now, I apologize for not having a better camera view. It's myopic from here, but it's the best we can do because they put us in the corner. Here's Garcia. She's going to drive the lane. She's going to float. Throws up a wild scoop shot, and it's going to be off of a Wildcat as Carolina Sayas has it blocked out, and she goes over the top to knock it out of bounds. Mojica working against the Wildcats. 1-3-1 pressure. They extend it out. Nice little X offense against the 1-3-1 here, but they're going to have it knocked away. Lewis ends up stealing it. Mojica gives it up. Here comes Garcia across the timeline to the corner to Thomas. Thomas checked by Clay. Thomas spins, hands it back to Garcia. She's trapped. She tries to go up underneath Thomas, has it blocked by Cunningham. Ball's loose. It's going to end up in the hands of Hall. Hall off to the races. 3-on-1. Cross court to Mojica. Mojica bounce pass, backdoor. Score! It's Brett Clay. Brett Clay with a deuce. It's 4-0 Lady Eagles. Here comes the press. Garcia works it across. Thomas comes across the timeline. Thomas skips it back out to Garcia. They start it up. Garcia's sitting on the Wildcat middle of the floor. Dribbles. Here comes the double team. Skips left side to Fuerte. Fuerte's going to drive. Middle of the lane. Fuerte over Cunningham. Bounces around, no good. Thomas with the rebound. She goes up high, no good. Loose. It's going to be on the floor. Thomas gets it. Flips it to number 10, Maya Slade. She's going to walk with it as she tries to go to the basket. That's a turnover for the Lady Eagles. Here comes Hargrove, and Nakia Mojica is going to have a quick seat. Working against the 1-3-1. Outside, here comes Sayas. Back across court to Hargrove. Hargrove across the timeline. Here comes the trap. Back to Sayas, top of the key. Sayas over the tops, got Clay. Clay gets bounced outside. They're going to get the contact. That's going to be a foul. I think this is going to go against Slade here. It does. That's Slade's first personal foul, first team foul. Underneath the attacking basket, here comes the Hobbs Lady Eagle inbound. Comes up top. It's going to be Hargrove for three. Right hands it up, no good. Fuerte with the rebound. She's off to the races on the outside. Hobbs back on defense. Sayas checks her. Thomas spins. She's going to drive. Thomas bounce passes backdoor to Slade. They got a basket right there as Slade receives the pass and puts it in. Layup by Slade makes it 4-2 Lady Eagles. Coming across the timeline, 4:20 on the clock. Here's Sayas, top of the key, left side Hargrove, working against the 2-3 zone. Playing two ball on the outside, back to Hargrove. She's going to shoot a three. Hargrove, no good. Rebound's going to be taken by Lewis. Lewis straight up the court herself. She's going to try to go coast to coast. Sayas is waiting on her, and Sayas comes over the top with two hands. They're going to get her with a foul. That'll be her first personal and the second team foul, and they're going to bring the ball in under the attacking basket. 3:58 on the clock, 4-2 Lady Eagles. Straight four across. They're going to go over top and out to Allison Thomas. Thomas goes into the corner. She's got Garcia. Garcia looks for Slade, not there. Garcia checked by Hall, spins around Hall, giving her all sorts of trouble. Near side, it comes to Lewis. Lewis, she's going to drive, kicks it out to Fuerte. Fuerte checked by Hargrove. Fuerte pushed off a little bit with the left hand. They're going to come over to Garcia. She's going to drive, bounce past to Slade, and they're going to get a body foul. I think this is going to go against Clay. Could be Clay or Cunningham. Let's see who they choose. Looks like they gave it to 24. So that's not a player that was anywhere near the play. They gave that to Sayas, and she wasn't even near the play as Slade puts up the free throw, and it's missed. So I'm not sure how Sayas got called for the foul there, but Brett Clay and Cunningham, neither one of them got called. They were the ones with the contact. Here's Slade's second opportunity. It's up and good. She's got three, and it's 4-3. Lady Eagles to inbound. Erlen Hall and Hargrove working against the 1-3-1 trap. Comes up to half court, crosses half court up the middle, left side Hall. Hall Pivots, right side, it goes over to Mojica, back to Hargrove. Hargrove to Hall. Hall wants a three. Hall shoots a three, no good. Rebound by Cunningham. She's going to take a dribble, go up. Cunningham scores! Cunningham is fouled! She'll go to the line to try to make a three-point play, and the Lady Eagles are up 6-3. Kendall Cunningham, nice offensive rebound there. Took a power dribble, went up at the right hand. They got her across the arm, and Cunningham has earned the opportunity to shoot a free throw. Free throw's up, it's off, and it's rebounded by Clovis. Clovis working against the pressure. Number 40's in the game now. That's Gazelle Petner. Petner started quite a few games last season. Petner, bounce pass, goes to number 33, Lefevre. Lefevre gives it to Fuerte. Fuerte being checked by Mojica. Mojica gets crossed over. Fuerte goes to Lefevre. Lefevre with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Clay, and they're going to get Clay for a walk. Very quick call there. Turnover on the Lady Eagles with a 6-3 lead here. Ball goes out to Petner. Petner to Fuerte into the corner. Here's Lewis. Lewis has got it. Lewis takes a three-pointer right there. And that evens the game up at 6 apiece. 6-6 your score. Here's the Lady Eagles coming across the timeline. Mojica, long three. Mojica's got it. Akia Mojica has 5, and it's 9-6. And get tied up there as the ball comes across the midsection of the defense. The press closes in on it, and Mojica ties her up, so it'll be a jump ball, and the possession will go to the Wildcats. Kaylin Jefferson entering the game for the Wildcats. Thomas at the timeline. Thomas pivots, hands it to Fuerte. Fuerte directing traffic, being checked by Hargrove. Fuerte right side. Hargrove knocks it away, and they're going to get Hargrove with a foul. She runs into a defender. Substitution comes in as we have Rosalind Ramsey enter the floor. Here's Lewis. Lewis wants a three. She takes it. Lewis has got another one. Somebody's going to have to get out on her. That's 2 for her, and we're tied up at 9. Here's Mojica. Mojica backdoors it to Clay. To Ramsey. Back to top of the Mojica. Near side, Rosalind Ramsey into the corner. Clay. Clay for 3 off the iron. Ball's loose on the floor. It's going to be controlled by Petner. Petner's going to hand it to Fuerte, and here she comes. Fuerte across the timeline. Pushes off. No call. She keeps sticking that elbow into Mojica. Into the corner, Thomas. Thomas being checked by Clay. Here comes the double team. Ball's loose. Into the hands of Mojica. She gets a steal, and she's taken down by Thomas. Thomas grabs around her hip and takes her down. That'll be a foul on Thomas. Her first personal, and the third foul against the Wildcats. Here's Mojica across the timeline. Near side, Ramsey goes to Clay. Clay spins, drives, 12-footer. Right hands it up, no good. Ball's loose into the hands of the Wildcats. Here comes Fuerte across the timeline. Crossover dribble being checked by Mojica. Looks underneath for Slade. Slade, one dribble, goes up, and Slade has it. Slade with 5 points, and Clovis up 11-9 here. Mojica splits the double team, bounce doors back, pass to Ramsey. Back to Mojica, left side Hall. Hall fakes the shot at the triple threat, gets it back from Mojica. Hall to Cunningham. Cunningham spins, looks for help, kicks it out to Ramsey. Ramsey, cross-court pass, all the way down to Clay. Clay, crossover dribble, doesn't want it. Comes to Mojica. Knocked out of Mojica's hand. They're going to crash into Erilyn Hall. That foul go against Clovis. That'll go against Petner, her first personal, and the 15th foul. And they got an injury on the floor. It looks like Erilyn Hall's a little shaken up. And here comes Araceli Torres onto the floor. Hall's going to limp down to the end of the bench and see if she can get straightened out there. She's putting weight on it. That's a good sign. We're already shorthanded here, missing 4 girls. Right side comes to Rosalind Ramsey, top of the key, Mojica. Sends it to Torres, and in and out of the hands of Torres, and that'll be Clovis basketball. Clovis sending 3 quick subs in, getting their starters back on the floor. Here comes across the timeline. Fuerte has it, and she's getting the handoff from Garcia. Garcia near side, goes to Slade. Slade looking for the backdoor pass, going to throw it top to Lewis. Lewis fires a 3 at the buzzer, and Lewis got it. Her third 3 in the first quarter, she has 9, and it's 14-9 Clovis. We'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
You're clear. Thirty. $15. $5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Rock in Clovis. 14-9 your score. Clovis leads your Hobbs Lady Eagles, and Erilyn Hall getting checked out by the training staff here as she came down hard on that ankle, and she's moving a little bit better now, but she is going to go in and get checked out. The Lady Eagles already down 4 other players. Hall goes out, that's 5, and of course they're playing without Wisdom Anthony from the start. That'd be 6 players with significant time that's not available. Here's Cunningham as we start the second quarter. Cunningham with the right hand as she towers up over the Clovis Wildcats. Picks up the basket. It's now 14-11. Clovis breaks the press near side. Comes to Fuerte, being checked by Mojica. Fuerte spins around with the left hand. Now in trouble. Mojica's all over her. She's begging for help. She gives it to Lewis. Mojica on Lewis. Lewis is going to drive. Lewis is going to go over Cunningham. Rebound by Cunningham. She gets hammered by 2 different Clovis Wildcats there. Foul's going to go against Lewis. And I believe that's Lewis's first personal and the 5th team foul. Lady Eagles trailing 14-11 here, working against the press. Near side comes to Clay. Clay back to Mojica. Mojica across the timeline to Clay. Clay looking for Cunningham, not there. Now they're in a 2-3. Left side Clay. Clay steps up to Mojica. Mojica back to Clay. Mojica top of the key. Pivots, needs help, gives it to Clay left side. Mojica spins it around to Ramsey, back to Mojica. Mojica decides she wants a 3, no good. Ball's loose, bounces around finally into the hands of Lewis. Here comes the Wildcats. Near side, looks like it's going to go off the foot of Garcia, but they're going to say somehow that Clay touched it. She was dribbling, and she dribbled that off her foot, and that was out of bounds, but the referee obviously didn't catch that. Here's Lewis near side. With the left hand, she starts the offense. Into the corner. She's got Thomas. Thomas back out to Garcia. Garcia's going to drive, closes it up, goes out to Fuerte. Mojica on her, chasing her all the way back to the Wildcat at half court. Fuerte pushes off, no call. She's going to drive, goes over Cunningham. Ball's loose. Here's Mojica. Mojica off to the races. She's got numbers, but she's going to slow it down. Across the timeline, left side, Clay. Clay back to Mojica. Now they're working the offense. Taking their time, right side against the zone. Mojica over the top to Cunningham. Cunningham one step, drives, dishes under, and she's got Araceli Torres playing extended minutes here. She goes up, and there's going to be a block, and they're going to call it a jump ball here as she's blocked going up. But this is a time where Coach is thankful that he plays everybody in blowouts because A lot of these players are going to get extended time today and extended looks. Across the timeline, here comes Fuerte with a 3-point lead. She calls out play 5. Mojica comes up and tips it to the half-court line. Fuerte in trouble, goes over top. Here's Slade, bounce pass back toward a Thomas. Thomas, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, Clay's all over her. She picks up the dribble, and now they got to make a pass, and they're going to be a timeout. Coach saves her because she is trapped, and the Eagles were all over him. Timeout on the floor. Oh, actually, they're calling a turnover here. I apologize, he didn't. They got a walk on her. Here's Clay working against the press, top of the key, Mojica. Backdoor to Clay. Clay, 1 dribble. Back to Mojica, now working against the 2-3 zone. Over the top, here's Cunningham. Cunningham back out, Ramsey for 3. Ramsey's got it! Rosalind Ramsey playing some extended minutes here. Hits a 3, and it ties it back up at 14. Here comes Garcia working against the press. Comes over the top to Thomas. Thomas pivots, and they got a foul on the floor. This is going to go against Araceli Torres. And I tell you what, we're seeing Rosalind Ramsey and Torres playing a lot of minutes tonight because Lady Eagles are shorthanded. Inbound comes to Fuerte, back to Garcia. Fuerte left wing. Over the top, here's Thomas. Thomas with the right hand, bounces around, it's loose. And Lewis gets it. Check that, that's Slade. They're going to kick it all the way back out to Fuerte, who wants a 3. And Fuerte hits it. Yvonne Fuerte, the guard, she's a senior, gives them a 17-14 lead. First 3 points for Fuerte as she gets into the books. Here comes Mojica working left wing. Holds it above her 5'7" frame into Clay left side. Mojica picks up her dribble, back to Clay. Clay over the top to Cunningham. Cunningham, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. She spins, middle of the lane, and she'll get fouled as Slade gets into there. That'll put Cunningham at the line to shoot 2. Like the aggression from Cunningham here. I think she's really good attacking off that dribble from the high post. Trailing by 3, Cunningham needs to put these free throws in. The first one's up, and she does. Cunningham now with 5 points on the night to tie Mojica for leading scorers for the Eagles. Sub tries to come in the floor as they buzz on the second one. Cunningham makes the shot. That should have been a technical there. She went on the floor. They did not. The referee just pushed her over. Normally that would be a technical for 6 people on the floor. Left side, Garcia working against the press. Over the top, comes to Lewis. Lewis is going to drive. She goes to shoot a 3. Gets chased from behind. She throws up an air ball. And that'll be Lady Eagles basketball. Good job recovering there was Rosalind Ramsey, who got underneath her as she shot the 3, and it changed her shot. She made her throw up the air ball there. Clay to Mojica working against the 1-3-1. Across the timeline, here's Clay. Over top to Mojica. 1 dribble, left side Ramsey. Ramsey quickly into Torres. Torres is going to take 1 dribble, goes up. Torres with the right hand, she gets fouled. And Araceli Torres showing a little bit of skill right there. Taking a nice little spin move to the basket and drawing the foul. Foul's called against Kaylin Jefferson. She's a 5'7" sophomore post. Her first personal. 7th team foul against the Wildcats. And Torres makes the first basket. Really nice to see Torres and Rosalind Ramsey contributing here. Torres is a senior, as is Rosalind Ramsey. Second shot's up and good as well. Torres has 2 on the night. 3:54 on the clock in the second. Lady Eagles lead 18-17. Fuerte comes across the timeline. Checked by Hargrove. Check that, that's Ramsey. Takes a jump shot at the free throw line. It's loose. Ball goes up, bounces around, rebounded by Thomas. Cunningham goes up to block the shot. Thomas will go to the line to shoot 2 as Cunningham has got into her. Got her with the body on that one as she went up to block the shot there. Was able to get the shot pretty cleanly, but unfortunately got the hip into her. Allison Thomas, no score in the book, shoots the first one and makes it. She now has 1. Game tied at 18 apiece here. We're in the second quarter, 3:37 on the clock. Allison Thomas, 5'7" junior, back at the line, shoots the second one, bounces off the rim, rebounded by Jefferson, but immediately tied up by Mojica. Jump ball, Lady Cats will give it up on the turnover, and that'll be Hobbs basketball. Mojica working against the press. Near side Clay. Clay over top. Comes to Mojica. Mojica dribble drives, backdoor, Cunningham. She's going to fake a three. She's going to drive, float, fires, has it blocked. Torres is scrambling for it. It's on the floor. Lady Eagles basketball goes in off of Jefferson. Jefferson throws her hands up, wondering why. Ref may take the time to explain to her that she touched it. Here's the inbounds from the Lady Eagles. Comes over the top to Clay. Clay, one dribble, looks in the corner for Ramsey, not there. Sets it up, top of the key. Hands it to Mojica. Mojica back to Clay. Clay wants a top of the key three. No good. Ball's loose, out of bounds. She barely got the front of the rim, and it floated out of bounds. Score tied at 18 apiece here. 3:08 on the clock. Here comes the press. Lewis has it. Lewis working against the double team. Comes over top to newly entered De La Fever. Left side Fuerte. She tries to backdoor it to Jefferson. Not there. Here's Lewis, kicks it out. Garcia, check that, that's Petner. She's going to drive, has it blocked. Ball's loose, comes out to Fuerte. Stutter step, Fuerte right hands it up, and she's going to get a nice roll on that one. Fuerte now has 5, and it's 20-18. Cunningham, across the timeline, hands it to Mojica. One dribble, kicks it over, right side Ramsey. Ramsey almost loses it back to Mojica. 2:28 on the clock, Ramsey. Looks for Torres, not there. Cross court to Clay. Clay, one dribble. Back up top to Mojica, over to Cunningham. Cunningham, one dribble, kicks it out. Ramsey for three again. Air ball. This one rebounded by the Lady Eagles and put back. Kendall Cunningham gets the rebound, and Cunningham now has 8. Petner picks up her dribble on the press. Now here's Fuerte. Fuerte, here comes the trap, over top. Got Jefferson. Jefferson's going to drive. Kicks it out to LaFever. Goes to Petner. Petner with the right hand, in trouble. He's going to hand it over to Lewis. Lewis gets bumped by Mojica, bounces back outside. Lewis is going to drive, stutter step, and they're going to get a push. Let's see who this goes to. I think this is going to be Mojica. Yes, it is. Picks up her first, and that'll be a 1-and-1 situation. Both teams in the bonus here with 7 fouls each. 1:46 on the clock. Lewis at the line to shoot 2 here. First one's up. Bounces around. Shooting 1-and-1, but she does make it, earns the bonus. She now has 10. (21-20) your score. 1:46 on the clock. Hadn't been a whole lot of stoppages. Game's going pretty quick as Lewis's second one's up. Rebounded by Cunningham. Cunningham hands to Ramsey. Ramsey with the right hand, back top of the key, Mojica. Mojica across the timeline. Ramsey left side, looks for Cunningham, not there. Mojica back to Ramsey. Ramsey to Mojica. Kicks it to Clay. Clay looking baseline. There it is. They got Torres. Torres the short jumper, no good. Rebounded by Lewis. Lewis coming up the court. She's going to try to take it herself. With her left hand, comes across the timeline. Checked by Ramsey. It goes to LaFever. LaFever, jump shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Clay. Clay off the races. It's 3-on-2. She's got Cunningham to her right, but she's going to bounce it, float over the opposite side. Lewis gets into her, no call. Clay comes down with the rebound after it bounces around. Ramsey looks for Mojica, and Ramsey walks with it. She thought twice about that and kind of got into her own head. As she started to pass, she thought it was going to be stolen and then realized that she had to throw it and did, but already moved the feet. 21-20, Wildcats lead. Half court, hands it to Lewis. Right side, Fuerte. Fuerte across to LaFever. LaFever looks, doesn't want it. Lewis wants it from the corner, though. She's got it. Zariah Lewis has 13, and she's been a dagger in the back of these Lady Eagles all night. Here's Mojica across the timeline. Backdoors it. Got Torres. Torres tries to flip the Cunningham, stolen away. 30 seconds on the clock. Lewis on the attack. Lewis comes ahead to Jefferson. Jefferson shoots and scores. They get the play. Behind the play, Cunningham got pushed in the back and fell, and they didn't catch that one. So Jefferson will go to the line to shoot one as she makes the basket, her first of the night. 26-20 your score here. The Wildcats lead. Kaylin Jefferson at the line. One shot. Shot's up, and it's good. 7-point Wildcat lead, and onto the floor comes Erlen Hall, who returns, and it looks like Leilani Clay. Ramsey and Torres will have a seat. Right side, Hall. Top of the key, Mojica. Back to Hall, right side. Mojica over the top, out by the Clovis sign. Tries to flip to Hall, stolen away. Thomas, 2 dribbles. Passes it over to Garcia. She's going to bring it up court. Garcia into the corner. She's got Fuerte. Stutter, step, and drive. Goes over Torres, but Clay. But Leilani Clay is going to pick up the foul here. 5 seconds on the clock, trailing by 7. And we've seen both Caroline Saez and Brent Hargrove on the bench for an extended period of time here due to fouls. As Fuerte goes up and makes the first one. She's got 6 on the night, and it's an 8-point lead. Second shot up and good. It's 29-20 Clovis. Here's Mojica, 2 seconds on the clock. We need a shot. She's going to throw it up from half court. No good. Your score at the end of first half is 29-20. Clovis is up on the Lady Eagles. We'll be back after these messages. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
Okay.
Thank you. 3 minutes, please.
Two minutes. One minute. $30. $15.
Give me 30 more, please.
Okay. $30. $15. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Rocket Clovis. 29-20, your score here. The Clovis Lady Wildcats are up on your Hobbs Lady Eagles, and of course we discussed it a little bit during the game and everything else. Hobbs Lady Eagles missing 4 players tonight, including the leading scorer Joseph and first sub off the bench Jayla David, and girls kept with him for a little while, but late there in the second quarter kind of got away from him as Erilyn Hall sat on the bench because she was injured. Caroline Saez and Bryn Hargrove had foul trouble, and they were on the bench as well. And Lady Eagles had to play deep on their bench, and actually they kept with them for a long time, but right at the end it seemed to get away from them. Zariah Lewis, leading all scorers tonight, has 13 for the Clovis Wildcats. Yvonne Fuerte has 7. Maya Slade added 5, a 5'7" senior post. Kaylin Jefferson came off the bench. She had a deuce and made the free throw on a and one situation for 3. And then Allison Thomas contributed a free throw for 1 for 29 total points for the Wildcats. Lady Eagles with 20 points on the night, and they were led by the post Kendall Cunningham, who has 8 points. Nakia Mojica had a deuce and a tray for 5. Rosalind Ramsey added a 3 out there on the right wing. Brett Clay and Adeseli Torres both had 2 apiece. But story of the game has been Lady Eagles trying to keep up with the Clovis Wildcats, doing so with a limited bench. And this is something that doesn't seem to be expected. When I asked Coach before the game, I kind of waved at him. I said, you're missing 4, and the look of exasperation on his face as he admitted that there was 4 girls not here was evident. And it's a very important game, and to be losing players like a scorer and a rebounder and a defensive wizard like Joseph, and then Jayla David, who's one of the best shooters we have, and also a great post presence, really tightens up the numbers that you have to be able to throw in the court. Second half, maybe a different story. You get Hargrove back. You get Erilyn Hall to help out. You get Saez back, and that depth may start helping out as long as they don't continue to get into foul trouble. But at this point, it kind of is what it is, and the fouls are critical here. And Nakia Mojica, they have her on the board with 3 fouls, but she stayed out there on the floor. So at this point, we're going to have to make some adjustments. The press seemed to work to an extent. Did frustrate them. It forced Clovis to have to work their offense a little bit more to get the ball across, and they had to go deeper into their bench, but they're not missing the same number of players that Lady Eagles are. So at this point, a war of attrition is certainly not something the Lady Eagles want to get into. We'll talk about this and more when we come back. We'll come back with second half action in about 3 minutes. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
You're clear.
3 minutes, please.
15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Rock and Clovis, 29-20 your score. Clovis up on your Lady Eagles, and Clovis about to bring in the ball, but nobody's on the court. Referee's already blown his whistle 3 times. Time's already been up, but it looks like they're going to patiently wait for them, even though they should have been on the floor about 30 seconds ago. Clovis attacking, it'll be left to right on your radio dial, near side to far side on your TV screen. And again, best vantage point we could get considering the angle that they gave us, but we just want to make sure we got the whole court. Coming across the timeline near side, goes out to the corner into Garcia's hands. Garcia picks it up about 5-5 frame, and they're going to get her for a walk. Pressure from Hargrove, and a quick turnover right here for the Clovis Wildcats. Lady Eagles have the ball. Mojica working against pressure, near side Hall. Hall back to Mojica. Across the timeline, here's Hall. To Mojica, looks for Cunningham. Hall in the corner. Hall wants it. Right hands it up, Erin Hall. Good to see her back on the court. Looks like she's gotten through the injury and given us more playing time here. 29-23. Hargrove checking Fuerte. Fuerte comes across the top of the key. Stolen away. Knocked away by Hargrove into the hands of Mojica with the right hand. No good. Hargrove tosses it to Hall. She's going to set up the offense. Into Clay. Clay loses it, and Lewis comes away with it. Lewis across the timeline. Checked by Hargrove. Lewis calls out play number 3. Left hand, she's going to drive. Goes over Cunningham. Misses. Cunningham with the rebound. And they're going to grab her as Slade reaches in. And then Slade picks up the foul. And I believe that may be Slade's 3rd personal. It is. And Slade's going to go to the bench. That'll bring out Kaylin Jefferson. Here's Hall working near side. Comes across the timeline, flips it to Mojica. Mojica's going to drive, kicks it out to Hargrove, back to Mojica. Mojica finds Hall. Hall wants another one. Hall throws up an air ball. Ball's loose on the floor, stolen by Garcia. She goes over the top to Lewis, and here comes the race. Lewis going to go down and have an uncontested layup. Her 15th point of the night, and it's 31-23. Lady Eagles working against the 1-3-1 half-court trap. Near the timeline, bounce pass to Cunningham. Cunningham working against Jefferson, back to Mojica. Mojica, Hargrove, left side extended into the corner of Hall. Here's Hargrove, back to Hall. This is the one she made before. She's got another one. Erin Hall with her second 3 here in the second half. She's heating up. It's 31-26. Foul on the play, and they're going to get Hargrove with another foul, her 3rd personal, and now Hargrove has to go to the bench. In comes Caroline Saez, and Saez is playing with 3. We'll check that. Saez is playing with 2. Here's Lewis working against the press. Fuerte near side. Hands it to Lefevre, back to Fuerte. Fuerte with the right hand calls out play number 1. Gives it to Garcia. Garcia dribbling against Hall. Into the corner, Fuerte. Fuerte bounce pass to Thomas. Thomas is going to drive. Kicks it out, and they're going to have a walk. And check that is Thomas that walked. Garcia delivered the ball. It was Thomas in the corner, and Thomas walked with it. Another Clovis turnover. Lady Eagles trailing by 5, trying to climb back into it. Here's Saez. Back to Mojica. One dribble back to Saez, knocked away. Fuerte has it. She's going to drive. Left hands it up. Scoops and scores. Yvonne Fuerte with her 9th point of the night. And it's 33-26. Mojica over to Hall, over the top to Cunningham. Cunningham's going to drive around Lefevre. Now she's trapped. Cunningham pivots, hands to Clay. Clay over top, Cunningham. Cunningham goes up with the right hand, got it. She now has 10 to lead all Lady Eagles. 33-28, trailed by 5. Here comes Garcia across the timeline to Thomas. Thomas to Garcia. Garcia with the right hand. Garcia left side Fuerte. Fuerte's going to drive. She's going to go over Cunningham. Cunningham redirects it with the block. Off to the races. Here comes Caroline Saez. Saez looking into the corner. Here's Mojica. Long 3, no good. Clay with the rebound. Clay bounces back up. Gets pounded. no call. Cunningham goes up with the right hand. It's going to be rebounded by Lewis on the miss. Lewis off to the races. Here comes Hall on her. Lewis trying to push around, and they're going to get Hall, saying Hall was leaning into her. Wasn't a lot of contact on that one. They got Erilyn Hall, and that'll be her first personal foul, second team. Lewis is going to come to the bench, and Gazelle Petner out on the floor. Mojica also goes to the bench, and Hargrove will return. Here's Petner. Crossover dribble, checked by Hall. Petner, bounce pass. Thomas, nobody guards her. Thomas gives it up to Garcia. Back out to Petner. Stutter step, she's going to drive. Goes over Cunningham. Throws up a wild shot, rebounded by Hargrove. Hargrove hands it to Saez. They're off to the races. Saez sees Hall. Hall wants the three. Hall takes the three. Hall makes the three. Erilyn Hall, 9 points in the second half. All here in the third quarter. 33-31. The Lady Eagles are really getting close now. Only trailing by 2. Right side. Here's Garcia. Garcia being checked by Hargrove. Flips it over near side Petner. Petner bounce pass to Thomas. She's going to drive. Thomas goes over Cunningham. Misses. Ball's loose. Hargrove's going to run it down. She's got numbers. Hargrove with the left hand goes over the top to Hall. Hall with the right hand misses. Cunningham's there. Cunningham goes up. She misses. Puts it back up off the glass. And Cunningham has her 12th point. And the Lady Eagles have tied it up. Clovis needs to talk it over, and they call a timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Lady Eagles tied it up 33 each on the Lady Eagle Basketball Network, YouTube.com, and Eagle 100.5.
You okay?
30 seconds, please.
Hobbs Boys is winning 54-18.
Can you say it again? You were breaking up.
Hobbs Boys is winning at halftime 54-18.
Wow, okay. Thank you.
5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. We're tied at 33 each. We're in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 32 seconds left to play here in that third quarter. Lady Eagles on a run, and the Clovis Wildcats call a timeout to talk it over. Hey, got a boys score coming from you. Hobbs up 54-18. The boys running away with that one, and Hobbs, that is a halftime score. Wildcats to bring it in. They're working far side and trying to break the press. They got a switch on a pick. It goes to Garcia. She's trapped. Comes back to Fuerte. Fuerte crosses over. Hall on her. Fuerte over top to Petner. Petner jab steps, picks up her dribble. Right side, it goes to Lefevre at the free throw line. Lefevre tries to squeeze up and under. No good. Clay with the rebound. Clay gets hit, and they don't call the push, and she steps out of bounds. They're going to give it to Clovis on that. Clay was bumped onto the line there, and they ended up getting Clay for stepping out of bounds. Lewis returns back on the floor for the Wildcats. Lewis looking for somebody to bring it into. She finds Lefevre, and Lefevre immediately gets tied up by Cunningham. That's a jump ball. Lady Eagles have it. Cunningham with quick hands grabbed it from Lefevre. Working against the 1-3-1. Clovis doing a lot of talking to themselves now. Here's Hargrove across the timeline. Right side, Hall. Hall back to Hargrove. Hargrove into the corner. Saez back to Hargrove. Hargrove flips underneath. She's got Cunningham. Bounce pass to Clay in the middle. Clay in trouble. And they're going to get Clay's arm. And that'll be a foul on Clovis. And we'll bring the ball underneath. And that's going to go against Petner, her second personal foul. Lefevre's going to sit, and here comes Jefferson. Lady Eagles to inbound the ball. A chance to take the lead here. Hall gets it. Kicks it out to Saez. Saez one dribble. Back to Hall. She wants another one in the corner. In and out. Rebounded by Jefferson. Jefferson has it knocked away by Clay. She gets it back. Off to the races. Picks it up right side Thomas. Thomas under pressure. Hands it to Lewis. One dribble. Goes over to Garcia. Stutter step drives. Tries to go up under. It's going to be a loose ball. Rebounded by Clay. Clay off to the races. Got Hall. Hall steps out. Looks for Cunningham. Not there. Here's Saez. Back to Hall. Hall to Cunningham. Cunningham pivots, almost throws it away. Hall ends up snagging it. She's going to spin, goes up over top, has it swatted away, and there's going to be a push in the back. This is going to go against Garcia. Another foul on Clovis here, her third, the third in the third quarter. And that'll go against Garcia, and that's her first personal. Onto the floor for the first time for Clovis is Martha De La Rosa. Here's Hall, near side Hargrove. Hargrove, one dribble. She's going to fire off the iron. No good. Ball's loose. De La Rosa with the rebound. De La Rosa hands it to Garcia, and here comes Clovis. Clovis across the timeline at the Wildcat in the middle of the floor. Goes right side De La Rosa. De La Rosa back out to Garcia. Crossover dribble. She winds. She looks for a pass. Not there. Garcia backs out and hands it to Petner. Petner tries to draw Hall out. Petner stutter steps like she's going to drive and then hands it to De La Rosa. One dribble, kicks it near side to Garcia. Garcia crossover dribble, checked by Hall. She's going to drive. Backdoor pass goes to Jefferson. Jefferson spins around. Jump ball, and that'll end up, I think, being Clovis's here. That is correct. Clovis basketball. 3 players ran up the court. Didn't know they had the basketball. Over the top, Garcia. Garcia checked by Hall into the corner. They work around the Jefferson. Jefferson tries to go up over Cunningham. Not there. And it's going to be rebounded by Clay. Clay with the right hand comes to Hall. Hall across the timeline, back over to Clay. Hey, Clay wants a 3. She shoots off the iron. Rebounded by Hall. She goes up. Hall misses. Cunningham with the rebound. One dribble. Cunningham powers up. Cunningham scores. 14 on the night. And the Lady Eagles have taken a 2-point lead, 35-33. This team does not quit and does not give up. Hall tries to come around the corner there to steal one, and that'll be a foul on Erilyn Hall, and that'll be her second personal. Mojica will return, and Hall will take a seat. And Hall was a spark plug here in that third quarter. 3 threes, a streak shooter, and she got hot, and the Lady Eagles now hold a 2-point lead. Here's Fuerte across the timeline, goes into the corner. Lewis wants to take a 3, she misses. Rebounded by Mojica. Mojica turns, and she's going to lead the charge here. Comes across the timeline, left side, Hargrove. Hargrove working against the 2-3 zone. Has it in the corner. Hargrove wants one. It's time. She misses off the iron. Fuerte with the rebound. Comes across the timeline with the left hand, and Mojica runs her down, and it slows up. Here's Jefferson at the free throw line. Goes up and under, and they got a foul. I think this is going to go against Caroline Saez. It does, and I think that's Saez's third personal foul. That's going to put Jefferson on the line. 30 seconds left here in the third period. Lady Eagles with a 2-point lead. Jefferson's first opportunity, spins it up and misses. And I couldn't tell if she was shooting right-handed or left-handed because both hands finished that shot. De La Rosa sits, and here comes Thomas back on the floor. Second shot from Jefferson. Spins it up with the right hand, and Jefferson makes it. She has 4. 35-34, Lady Eagles up by 1. Working against the 1-3-1 trap. Saez bounce passes to Hargrove. Hargrove works to Mojica. Back to Hargrove at the Clovis Wildcat. Mojica right side. Pump fakes it and spins it around. It comes up to Saez. Saez is a dangerous shooter too. Near side Mojica. Looking for Brett Clay. It's not there. Mojica bounce passes to Cunningham with a spin to Clay. Clay with the right hand. She shoots! She's fouled! She scores! Brett Clay lays it in on a cut from the high post. On a nice delivery on the pass. Clay scores and will be at the line to shoot 1. Clay has her 4th point of the night. And the foul's going to go against Fuerte, her first. Cunningham's going to take a break with 4 seconds left as they bring Torres back on the floor. Clay at the line to shoot 1 here. Chance to go up by 4, and they do. Clay with her 5th point of the night. Clay will have a seat, and Leilani Clay will replace her. Here's the inbound against the press. No fouls needed here. Mojica tries to strip it and can't get it. Mojica finally does steal it as time expires, and that will end the third quarter. 38-34. We flipped the table on that quarter there, and the Lady Eagles have a lead. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Eagles basketball on 100.5, The Eagle, and YouTube.com.
You're clear.
1 minute, please.
30. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Rock and Clovis. Lady Eagles flip the table there in the third quarter with an 18-5 run. And the Lady Eagles now lead 38-34 after trailing by 9 at the half. Lady Eagles were led by Cunningham and Hall that quarter. And Cunningham leads all scorers with, leads Hobbs scores with 14. And Hall hit 3 3-pointers to add 9. Lady Eagles with the ball, they'll come in, and the clock's not running. We're sitting here playing basketball, but the clock's not running. Hargrove, top of the key, finally the clock comes on. About 10 seconds wasted there. Here's a drive from Mojica. She's going to hand to Hargrove on the weave. Hargrove spins with the right hand. Hargrove drives the lane nicely. Cunningham had the rebound. Everybody ends up on the floor. It's loose, and they're going to call a jump ball. This will be Clovis basketball. A lot of bodies hitting the hardwood there. Inbound to Garcia, to Lewis. Fuerte working against the press. At the Clovis, just short of the timeline. Here comes Lewis across. She goes to Thomas. Lewis gets it back. She shoots over Cunningham. No good. Ball's loose. Mojica runs it down. Mojica to Clay. Now they're off to the races. It's 2-on-2. Clay, short jumper in the lane. Clay's got it. Brett Clay with 7, and it's now a 6-point lead. They're up 40-34. Fuerte across the timeline. Checked by Hall. Here comes the double team. It goes to Thomas. Thomas one dribble. She's going to shoot. Thomas misses. Controlled by Slade. Slade bounce passes back door. It goes into the hands of Garcia, who walks, no call. Long jumper from Lewis, no good. Foul on the floor. Actually, they're going to say this one's against Clovis. Slade gets called for the push. Slade throws up her hands in disgust, and she's going to go to the bench as coach gets her out of there. Slade has 4 fouls, and you can see the frustration on her face. Hargrove with 7 minutes on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Hands it back to Mojica, and across the timeline they come. Mojica to Hargrove, right wing. Over to Cunningham, backdoor Mojica. She misses the layup on a nice pass from Cunningham. Stolen away by Hargrove. She goes up with the right hand. Hargrove with a steal and a score. And Hargrove's first basket's a big one. It gives us an 8-point lead. Lewis hands to Fuerte, working against Mojica. Across the timeline, right side, Garcia. Garcia working a little bit more expedient now, trailing by 8. Garcia bounce passes over to Lefevre. It goes to Lewis. She's going to drive. Lewis goes over Cunningham. No, she doesn't. Cunningham swats it. But on the second attempt by Lewis after the block, somebody gets into her. I'm not sure if this is going against Cunningham or Clay. It's Cunningham. So Cunningham picks up her second foul. And that'll be the 5th team foul against the Lady Eagles. Lewis's first opportunity at the free throw line is good. And Clovis stops the bleeding here. Second opportunity here from Lewis. Right hands it up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Cunningham. Cunningham to Hargrove. Across the timeline, here we come. Mojica, right side. Works it to Hargrove. Back to Mojica. They're going to switch places. Mojica's going to hand it to Hall. They're running the weave. Hall back to Hargrove. Hargrove steps out. They look at it again. Switching the offense. Now they're in a flex because they've switched to defense now. They're in a man-to-man. Here's a drive from Hargrove with the right hand. No good. Hargrove gets her own rebound but can't hold on to it. Lewis gets it, and she's tied up by Mojica. And that'll be a jump ball. Coach Carpenter quickly realizing that they were in a man-to-man and switched the offense to the flex. Here's the inbounds by the Lady Eagles. Nobody's moving. They need to get this ball in. It's going to go to Clay. Knocked away. Hall's going to have it, but she can't control it. It's out of bounds. And Coach Carpenter's saying, hey, we got to get this thing going. Here's the inbound to Fuerte. Comes back to Lewis. Double team. Lewis picks it up. Cross court to Thomas. Thomas is going to go to Lefevre. Lefevre, long jumper, no good. Lewis gets the rebound, and Clay bounces into her, and that'll be a foul on Clay. They weren't shooting, so this should be an inbound situation. Clay picks up her first personal foul. 16 fouls, so Clovis will be shooting from here on out. Here's the inbounds, comes over top to Lefevre. Back out to Garcia. Sets up the offense at the Wildcats center court. Hands to Lefevre, or to Fuerte, then hands to Lefevre. Lefevre has it blocked by Cunningham, and they're going to say Cunningham got into the arm. So Cunningham picks up her third foul here in the fourth quarter now, and that'll be the 7th team foul. Shooting 2 will be Lefevre. Shalana Lefevre hasn't scored tonight, and her first opportunity is good. Cuts the lead to 42-36 now. 6-point Lady Eagle lead. Second opportunity by Lefevre up and is good. 5-point Lady Eagle lead, inbounding underneath the attacking basket. Mojica has it, and she comes up the court. Crosses half court with the right hand. Flips it to Hargrove. They're going to start running a little bit of motion here. Backs out Hall. Hall needs help. A lot of pressure. Comes over to Mojica. Hall having trouble getting away from Petner. A little extracurricular activity there. Shot from Mojica. No good. Controlled by Lefevre. Thomas has it. Hands to Petner. Petner, Mojica all over her. Petner can't get away. Petner has 5 seconds coming on her real soon. They just start counting now. She hands it to Lewis. Lewis drives, kicks it out. Long shot by Thomas, no good. Into the hands of Petner, and Petner puts it back and scores her first basket. 42-39, Hargrove left side attacking across the timeline. Hargrove hands to Mojica, the crowd's getting back into it. Mojica top of the key. Back into a man-to-man, we're back into a motion. Looks for Clay. Clay steps it up, spins it in. Brett Clay. Nice play there over Lewis, who was right in her hip pocket. Lewis went for the block as Clay steals one on the press. Clay goes up and under, and they're going to call Clay with a charge. Clay was in the air, and the person setting her feet put her arm out and met her halfway with the arm, and they're going to get Clay with a charge. Oh, my. Oh, my. Brett Clay is going to take a seat, her second personal foul. 8th team foul against the Lady Eagles. 44-39. 5-point lead. Lewis, left side Fuerte, working against the press. Caroline Sias stops her. Cross court to Thomas. Thomas goes to Lefevre. Backdoor pass to Petner. Petner's wide open, misses it. Cunningham with the rebound. They're going to call a jump ball. And that'll be Clovis basketball. Referee's getting a little bit more active here, it seems. Here's the inbound to Lefevre, top of the key, Fuerte. Fuerte to Lewis. Lewis in the corner. She's going to drive. Over the top, Fuerte, knocked away by Hargrove. Hargrove off the races. Left hands it up. Hargrove coast to coast. Hargrove with the steal and the score, and Clovis needs a timeout. Hargrove with 4, and the Lady Eagles up 7, 46-39. We'll be back after these messages. We're listening to Lady Eagles basketball on Eagle 100.5.
You're clear.
30, please.
$15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. 3:41 on the clock. It is 46-39. The Lady Eagles, playing shorthanded, missing 4 players, are up on the Clovis Wildcats. 3:41 showing on the clock, and surely Clovis is going to extend their press out to full court after this timeout. Lady Eagles, 2-2-1 press. Here's Lewis over the top to Thomas, trying to come across the middle. He's got Lefevre. Lefevre pivots, hands to Lewis. Lewis out to Fuerte. Fuerte stutter steps, drives, and that is a walk. She slams the ball down on the floor, disgusted. Another Clovis turnover here. Lady Eagles a 7-point lead and the pelota. They bring that basketball across the timeline here. Hargrove, crossover dribble, goes to Cunningham. Cunningham stepping out. Of course, they're running the flex again, it looks like. Actually, this looks more like a motion here. Here's Hall, far side. Cunningham for three. No good off the front of the iron. Hargrove with the rebound. Backdoor pass to Hall. Hall's going to spin it out. She's got Saez who's entered the game. Caroline Saez, what a time for your first basket. 3 points there. Drills it. Clovis almost turns it over. They do turn it over. She steps on the line. Lady Eagles with a 10-point lead and the ball. 2:55 on the clock and a big Caroline Saez three-pointer from the left wing. Lady Eagles looking to bring the ball in. They got Cunningham. Cunningham's going to hand it to Mojica, and here we go. Mojica's going to drive. She goes right up the lane. Nobody's there. Nakia Mojica, her 7th point, and it's a 12-point lead. Clovis wants a full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Eagle basketball on the Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
Here, Clay.
1 minute, please.
Ten. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. It is 51-39 here. Lady Eagles lead. And the Hobbs boys are up 77-24 back there in Hobbs. Lady Eagles looking to try to sweep Clovis and both of them. Clovis working against the press. Lady Eagles a lot more active on the press right now. Here's Fuerte, top of the key, being checked by Hargrove. Comes over top. She's got Slade. Slade playing with 4 fouls, hands it to Petner. Bounce back pass to Slade. And she's going to walk with it. I guess she didn't walk with it. They called a foul, and she lays it in. Very awkward looking play there. This is going to go against Cunningham, who has her 4th now. Basket goes, so it's now a 10-point lead here. And Slade picks up her 7th point of the night. One shot here for Slade, and she completes the trifecta. She has 8, and it's 51-42. 9-point lead with 2:26 on the clock. And Clovis running the half-court trap still, 1-3-1. Here's Saez back to Hargrove. Clovis in a 1-3-1 still. We can sit back. We don't have to attack. Here's Hargrove. Hargrove back out to Saez. Now Clovis is in a man-to-man. Saez going to dribble drive. Saez backdoor. Mojica for 3. Mojica, bang! Mojica drills it. She's got 10, and the Lady Eagles are up 12. Here's Fuerte coming across the timeline, checked by Clay. She can't get away. Fuerte with a big dribble, now being guarded by Mojica. Right side, Fuerte to Lewis. Lewis dribble drive. She's going to go over Cunningham with the left hand and scores. Lewis has 18. Here's Saez, skips it out to Clay. Clay under pressure, bounce passes back to Hargrove. Hargrove, Mojica. Mojica out to Saez. They're taking their time. Up 10, 1:21 on the clock. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham to Saez. They're going to have to start fouling. Here's Cunningham, back out to Saez. She wants a 3 off the iron. Actually, it isn't. It bounces back. She gets a shooter's roll. Saez hits another 3, and it's 57-44. Garcia over the top to Lewis. Lewis is going to attack. She's going to go over Cunningham and score. Timeout. Clovis wants to set up the press. With 54 seconds on the clock, it's 57-46. Full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on YouTube.com And Eagle 100.5.
You're clear.
1 minute, please.
Hobbs Boys is winning 88-27 in the fourth.
Awesome. Thank you.
And how much time were you needing?
It was a minute full.
Just wanted to make sure.
You're awesome. Thank you.
$30. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. 57-46. 11-point Lady Eagle lead here with 54 seconds on the clock. And here comes the Clovis press. They're extending it out full court. Mojica, she's going to flip it into Cunningham. Cunningham gets fouled by Slade from behind, and Slade's gone. She's going to take a seat here. That's only the 6th foul, so we're not shooting as of yet. Slade politely shakes the hand of Carpenter over there, and she goes down to take her seat at the end of the bench. Here's the inbound. It comes to Mojica, and she's off to the races. Mojica right hands it up. She shoots, she scored, and Mojica's fouled. As at this point, they're adding insult to injury. She makes the basket, her 12th point of the night, and it's a 13-point lead, and she's got a free throw. Foul goes against Allison Thomas, her second. Mojica's free throws up, and it's good, as Mojica now has 13. Clovis to inbound. Fuerte working against Hargrove, near side. It comes to Garcia, back to Fuerte across the timeline. 42 seconds on the clock. Lewis kicks it out. Petner wants a three. Petner's got it in and out. Rebounded by Clay, and Clay's going to get tied up. And that foul is going to go. It's Thomas. Thomas's third. That'll put Clay at the line now because we are now shooting 1-1. One referee signaled 2, but I know he's incorrect. We are shooting 1-1 here. Brett Clay at the line with a 14-point lead. And I tell you what, I got to say this, the heroes of the game are the 4 players that don't get a whole lot of playing time that came in and kept us afloat till the second half. As Clay goes up and gets the free throw. And we're talking about Rosalind Ramsey and Araceli Torres, Lonnie Clay. They came in and played significant amount of time there, and time that they don't normally spend on the court. And I tell you, they really helped us out tonight as Clay makes the second. Clay now has 11. 33 seconds on the clock. Here's Fuerte working against Mojica. Mojica all over her, but not touching her. Fuerte comes around the back, across the timeline. Over to Jefferson. She goes up with the right hand and scores. Jefferson has her 6th point, and Lady Eagles have the ball. Saez working against the press. Saez over top. Goes to Hargrove, runs it down. Hargrove in the corner, trap. She's going to spin underneath it. Dumps it to Kendall Cunningham. She goes up. She passes to Clay, and Clay scores. And that is a buzzer shot to finish it off. 64-48, your final. The Lady Eagles win, and the Lady Eagles will be 2-0 in district. And we'll talk about that and more on the post-game show. Lady Eagles with the victory. We'll be back in 3 minutes on the Hobbs Lady Eagles Basketball Network on YouTube.com and Eagle 100.5.
You're clear.
3 minutes, please.
2 minutes. Hobbs boys won 96-29 final.
Thank you.
Thirty. Ten. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Rockin' Clovis. The Lady Eagles come back from behind, trailing by 9 at the half to win 64-48 and playing shorthanded without Anaya Joseph. Jayla David and a couple other players were out as well. And four Lady Eagles were missing that game. And I'll try to get confirmation of what's going on with Coach Carpenter when I can. Lady Eagles improved to 14-7 on the season and 2-0 in district play. The Wildcats will fall to 13-7 and 0-2 in district play. I do have a score coming in from the boys. That it is a final at home against Clovis. The boys win 96-29 against the Clovis Wildcats, and another historic moment as Jalen Gore becomes the all-time Hobbs three-point leader by hitting a couple threes tonight. He ended up surpassing the previous guy. I apologize, I don't know who it was, but he is now the all-time three-point leader in Hobbs history. Scoring tonight on the Clovis side, 48 total points. Got 20 of them from Zariah Lewis. Lewis led all scorers in the game with that 20. They got 9 from Yvonne Fuerte, the starting point guard. Maya Slade added 8 in limited time. She did foul out of that game. Kaylin Jefferson off the bench gave 6. Shalanda Lefevre 2. Gazelle Petner 2. And Allison Thomas finished scoring for the Clovis Wildcats by chipping in a free throw. For the Lady Eagles, more consistent scoring, 3 players in double figures led by Kendall Cunningham, who had 14 points. Nakia Mojica and Brett Clay both chipped in 13, with both of them getting hot in the second half. Erilyn Hall hit 3 three-pointers to rally us back there early in the third quarter. She had 9. Carolyn Saez come in late, subbing for players that were in foul trouble, and Carolyn Saez added 6 points during our big run. Rosalind Ramsey had a 3 in the first quarter, and Araceli Torres rounded out scoring by hitting 2 free throws with 2. And I tell you, Araceli Torres, Lalani Clay, and players like Rosalind Ramsey did a great job trying to keep us in the game early on when we were in big foul trouble. Hall had gone to the bench because she was injured, and Hargrove had foul trouble. Caroline Saez had foul trouble, and as did Nakia Mojica. And it was nice to see them step up and keep us in this game, because I think that was the difference, is Clovis only was able to build a 9-point lead. And then when we got our starters back on the floor, everything seemed to click in the second half, and we ran away with it. trailed 29-20 at the half and finished winning 64-48. It's a victory, 14-7 on the season, 2-0 overall. We'll be playing Carlsbad next week in a rivalry game on Friday, followed by Goddard on Saturday, and Clovis will be traveling to Portales next week. For my right hand, Branson Coltrane, running the camera and the scoreboard tonight, and for my engineer back at the station, Evie, this is the coach, Brian Coltrane. Good night.
You're clear.
All right. Appreciate you so much. You do a great job.
Thanks.
All right. Good night.
Good night.